Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to do a really it's not really simple, but it's the weekend so you can have a little bit more time to have a play in the kitchen, but we're going to go for a really healthy dish. We're just basically going to do a baked avocado chicken, and we're going to be able to serve that with some nice rice. I'm going to use boiled rice that I'm going to do in the pan, but the microwave rices work absolutely fine as well. So without further ado, we'll get you over here into the kitchen so you can see what I'm doing. So, we're here in the kitchen. I've got some sliced avocados, sliced peppers, rough chopped red onion, we've got some fresh basil leaves, juice of 1 lime and the zest of 1 lime, and of course our chicken breasts. What we're going to do is we're going to butterfly our chicken, and then we can fill with this mix that we're going to make and roll it back up, pop it in the oven. I'm going to pop it in the oven at about gas mark 7, which again down below I will put the conversion rate for you. We're going to put that in for about 15 to 20 minutes. The first 10 minutes or so I'll probably put it in covered. After that we're going to take the cover off just to crisp up the outside of that chicken. So, where should we start? I'm going to start with butterflying the chicken breasts. Really simple to do. Let's get some chicken breasts out. So we've got one. And I'll go with that one. The mix that I'm making is roughly going to do 2 breasts, so that's 1 avocado, 1/3 of the pepper, 2 thick slices off the red onion, obviously you can see a couple of leaves, and obviously that lime there. I'm going to throw in some herbs later as well, which I will put on in the ingredients that I'm going to list below. Feel free to play around with the different herbs and spices you're going to put in, because obviously it's all done to taste. So I'm going to cover this and pop this back in the fridge because I will use that later for myself. But I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to butterfly these chicken breasts, which basically means we're going to slice them open and flatten them out, kind of like the wings of a butterfly. That one's still going to slice it. So the best way to do this is to lay it flat, put your hand down, use a really sharp knife and just gently go in from the side, making sure that you don't cut your hand and making sure that you don't cut through to the bottom of the chicken. So we can open it up. Here we go. Getting somewhere? Yeah, where have we got to? Oh dear, we're coming through to the bottom of this chicken. That'll do for that one. And this one, nice big piece of chicken this. Us. Get in there. Come on, you beauty. Two nice big pieces of chicken. So we're going to set them to the side and make up our mix to put in to the middle here. I've got some very hungry cats looking at this, so I'm going to be very careful with where I have to put this. You missed it. So we've been handling the raw chicken. Before we make this mix, we're going to go and wash our hands. So what we're going to put into our mix for the inside is we've got the avocado slices, which I have sliced up and then halved those slices again lengthwise, so they're a reasonable size. That one looks absolutely revolting. I pre-sliced these earlier, so they're not looking as fresh as they could be, but they are still healthy and fresh. I'm just going to, they're going to get cooked as well, so anything that might have been in there is going to die, so these are fine. As you can see, you know, with the pre-making all of this, sometimes it's not so great. When you're doing it, obviously you're going to make it and you're going to have it all there and ready to go as you do it. You're not going to be pre-slicing everything and sitting it to the side for an hour or so whilst you make sure everything's ready and get set up for filming. So we've got our avocados in there. In there we're going to throw our peppers. I use an orange pepper because I quite like the sweet orange peppers. They just give a nice flavour to this dish. And then obviously I love my red onions as opposed to any of the other onions. So we're going to be using red onion. Into that goes our freshly squeezed lime juice and our zest of 1 lime. And what we're going to do with the basil leaves is we're just going to give them a rough tear. They've all been washed. So what you do is you'd wash them under the sink, under the cold tap, make sure they sort of give them a rub if there's anything on them, but then you just tear them up, and that releases the flavour when you break them up. And then all we're going to do with this is we're just going to mix that all together, blend it all together. Really, really simple to do. As you can see, I'm just using my hands. If you're one of the people that doesn't like getting mucky and all that, then yeah, use a spoon, no worries at all. That one might be a bit big, so I'm just going to trim them down a bit. But that's fine. Now we're going to go back to our chicken, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take a handful of this, throw it down, and then we're just going to gently roll that top over, making sure that it stays in kind of like a sandwich. So you can see I've rolled that over, making sure that I've got it's all going to get tucked in there, it's going to cook in there nicely. What we're going to do now is we just flip that open and we're going to add some spices into that. Quick rinse my hands because I use these and I've been touching raw meat. We're just going to put a touch of pepper, I'm going to use a hint of cayenne pepper, and it really is just that tiniest of amounts. And we're just going to use some rock salt. As you can see, I've just got a little bit of rock salt. I'm just going to put that on. Don't use it all, throw it back in a pot. So we roll that one back up. Like so. And we transfer that onto our baking sheets. If you put tin foil down on your baking sheets, then you can actually just remove the tin foil and you can get 2 or 3 goes in the oven with different things without having to wash your tins. Great trick to know. If your tin foil splits and everything goes through, then yeah, you're going to have to wash it each time. So onto the wee baby chicken here. So make sure we get that avocado in there. Definitely want the avocado because that's the main point of this dish is the avocado. So we get some avocado. Make sure we get some of our nice sweet orange peppers, some basil, some of the red onions, and then a quick rinse of my hands once more so that we can add the flavours, the spices. So once again, in with a bit of black pepper, a touch of cayenne, and a pinch of our rock salt. Fold her all up. It's going to be a tight squeeze in this one. And then once again we're going to transfer it over onto our baking sheet, ready to cook. Some avocado spillage, some red onion spillage. So that's ready to go. I'm going to cover that now and pop that in the oven. We're going to pop it in, as I say, for about 10 minutes covered, then we uncover it and let it cook off the rest of the time, and that will get a nice golden crispy top to it. Yeah, putting it in about gas mark 7 or so. As you can see, we've got leftovers here in the bowl. Do not panic about that. That is going to go on the plate as a side accompaniment, but that's going to be cold from the fridge rather than hot from in the oven. None of that needs to be cooked, and it's going to be a really nice pleasant salad. If you want to add a little bit of oil to that, you can, and just give it sort of that dressing feel, but it doesn't need it at this stage because it is a really simple dish to cook. Really simple flavours in there. Red onion's absolutely fine for you raw as well. Onion raw is fantastic. So all of that's nice and healthy, and that's going to be served as a side. What next? With that, once we've done 10 minutes or so in the oven, what we're going to do is I'm going to put the rice on the boil, and then obviously I'm just going to do a plain white boiled rice, which is really simple to do. Microwave rices are absolutely fine for this as well. Sometimes they're easier because you've got better portion control and you haven't got to guess. But we shall see you when it's done. Or tell you what, I will bring you back to see when I uncover it, so you can see at what sort of stage you want to uncover the chicken to let it cook off. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye. There we are, guys. You can see that it's still not fully cooked, because you can see that little bit of pink in there, hopefully. This is about the stage that I like to uncover it and just let it bake off and give a really nice crispy finish to the outside of the pieces of chicken. But what I can do is, if I open the smaller one, if it'll open, there you go, you can see that that's cooking away nicely. They're starting to really sort of just get cooked and get those flavours, all those flavours that are getting baked and running out of these vegetables is going into that chicken. It's going to be really nice and tasty when it's done. So we're going to get these back in the oven quickly, and I will see you when they're ready. Alright, so here we are, guys, fresh out of the oven. That is cooked to perfection, and we're going to get that plated up quite nicely. Plate that one up and enjoy our dinner. I'm just going to have some orange squash with this. Anything you want to put with it, then go for it. So I'm just going to move this out of the way and bring the plate into shot. So we've got the plate. I'm just going to put some rice on the plate, like so. And then we are going to put our chicken fillet, our filled baked avocado chicken, on the plate, just like that. And we all know me by now, I've got to add some green to it, so I can have a touch of fresh parsley on top. There we have it, guys. A really nice, quick, easy, simple dish. The only thing that I need to add to that, which I almost forgot, is nip back into my fridge, and we'll get some of the cold avocado salad, which we're just going to do a quick blend. I'll pop some of that down there. Just like that. Perfect. Now, I'm going to enjoy my dinner, and hopefully later on we will get another video out for you where I'm going to do a fat-free sponge cake. So stay tuned for that. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.